Barry, it's me again. You know, I've got a couple of good ideas. If you end up getting thrown out of the White House and not prosecuted for treason, which I think is a real strong possibility, you and your administration, I think, could make it in Hollywood. I really do believe you can make it in Hollywood. Not necessarily you, but your administration. You know, the folks that put together the Benghazi scenario, the folks that put together all the other events that tried to propel you up into the position of being a leader, like the bin-Laden raid. That was great. I mean, that was really great. You know, you had it all choreographed, right down, and your administration thinks of everything. You know, what do we do with the body? Well, we can't bring the body back, so let's take it out to an aircraft carrier and dump it in the ocean. You know what I mean? Huh? I mean, you really have thought of a lot of the pieces, but some of those things were beyond your control. Wouldn't you agree with that, Barry? Like Benghazi? Barry, wasn't the plan really to kidnap the ambassador? Isn't that what you discussed when you invited your Muslim Brotherhood friends down from Egypt? You know, the ones that you gave special passports to so they could travel because of their radical status, huh? And didn't you ask Hillary Rodham Clinton, your Secretary of State, to reduce the fighting force at the facility where she transferred 14 armed Marines a week before the ambassador went to visit? And she knew, and you knew, he was going to be there on 9/11/12. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, so, you know, for the most part, they do a pretty good job choreographing all of these events, Barry, but they do make mistakes, you know? And some of those mistakes come back to sort of haunt you, don't they, Barry? You can't keep hiding forever. The truth will prevail, Barry. I know you know that, Barry. You have to know that. Problem is, I don't think that you're coherent long enough to comprehend that. I think when things get sort of stressful, you and Reggie Love sneak off to wherever you sneak off to. You light up one of those doobies, you know, the cocaine, crack-filled, whatever you smoke, huh? Barry, it can't last. You have to know that it can't last. You gave it a hell of a run, and you did an incredible amount of damage to most of the free world, Barry, including the not-so-free world. But, Barry, I think the clock is ticking. And you know, you can't stop the clock. It's going to keep ticking. So, Barry, you might again want to consider what I've suggested. You and your administration, if you're not sent to prison, or even worse, then, well, you might be charged with treason. That's what you should be charged with, Barry. I mean, look at all the treasonous acts you committed, for God's sakes. You killed American citizens without due process. You've funneled billions of dollars to the enemies of the United States. You supply weapons. Look up the definition of treason, Barry. I did a little video on that, but you can just Google it. You are a perfect poster child for what the definition of treason is all about. Yeah. Anyway, Barry, you know, I got to wish you I was going to say a happy Thanksgiving, but you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and Ramadan's a ways off. So, and I wouldn't wish you a happy one either, Barry, because you are the personification of evil. That's really what you are, Barry, and I think that you know it. If you don't know it, well, what can I say, you know? None of us are perfect. You, most of all.